What are we doing?
We're playing Halle Berry's, Tyler Perry's Halle Berry, reverse. So it's actually Halle. Wait,
it's Tim Burton.
I fucked that up. That's
Elder Scrolls.
Look, there's what's his name? Fucking Thor.
Thor.
Chris Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth.
Look, there's
Captain America.
That's clearly Keanu Reeves.
Loki. That guy wants.
I think we can all agree that this is by far the greatest game ever made, right?
Well, see, there's a problem with that.
Because it's fucking not.
Why? Because you want to base your opinion on facts and objective comparisons between other games? Fucking up.
Well, I mean, sometimes. Look at that guy. Dude, that guy's fucking caught a grip, dude. Look at that fucking guy.
The only reason we're even doing this is because this game itself is okay.
It's an okay game.
Fine.
It's fun to play it.
But the problem is, and I don't usually like to do this because people will overhype things and whatever, but this game has a cult-like religious status of absurd positive praise. It's like this game is the greatest thing that's
They
ever
act like
happened.
this is the first time this kind of a game has happened, and it's not.
And that's
We've
what
had better examples. Oblivion, Morrowind, Fallout 3. Like,
what's funny with that is I would expect people who have never played an Elder Scrolls game to play something like this and certainly be kind of taken back by the freedom and stuff.
Well, right,
but
sure.
Game critics should know better.
Well,
and
yeah,
they are
that's
part of
the
the
weird
problem
part. I
of
mean,
saying...
not even including first-person RPGs. We have so many better... Dragon Age, Kings of Amalur, like, The Witcher 3, like, The Witcher 2, like, fuck... We've had fucking open-world giant games like this since, what is it? What are those games called? Arcania. Like, this is ridiculous.
It's been so long. There's been so many computer RPGs alone.
The Risen series. Like, games have been doing this since, like, the early 2000s, and they act like this is the first one.
This game came out right when the nerd culture thing was getting popular.
And
people who've never played a lot of video games started getting into them right when this came out.
That has to be mentioned.
That's part of the reason.
Is that it did. It came out right when
so nobody had anything to compare it to.
Doctor Who and a lot of stuff was getting big. And so people that just kind of started getting into video games played this.
Between 2012 and 2008, I'd say.
He thinks we're blasting.
Yeah, that's
2014 is when it kind of that area.
Fucking guy's face. He's like, dude, what the fuck did you just say about Skyrim, dude?
What are you talking fuck this guy. He didn't even understand.
This guy's like, oh, that's why his mouth has been banded
so far
up.
Over. He's just like, I'm going over here.
It's not because he can shout too. It's because he was bashing Skyrim, so they bandaged up his mouth. They were like, fuck you.
That's where you're all going to die for bashing.
That's what this is. This is the fucking anti-Skyrim bandwagon here.
It's like a lot of the times we talk about this game, we compare it to the other games just in Elder Scrolls that are good, like Oblivion, that we think are better. So let's compare how this game starts to Oblivion. So, and that's what's annoying, is that this game has kind of a cool beginning, just like Oblivion has a cool beginning. But it doesn't, it like throws you into this story that has some idea of being important, but it's not. And it makes you feel like you have to keep doing it. In Oblivion, the game starts, there's clearly something bad going on, but it immediately tells you you can do it or not. Doesn't matter.
I think there was, I don't know, at least there's that to it. But I was going to say, at least when Oblivion starts, there's some mystery to it. There's like, oh shit, you're just in this cell. There's the fucking Emperor walks in and is like, oh shit, I've seen you in my dreams. You're like, oh, what the fuck? But in this, it's just like, I'm going to die. There's a fucking dragon. That's the fucking game. Dragon.
You already know the threat. There's no mystery. I mean, sure, you kind of get explained why they're there later, but whatever. There's dragons.
It was just a more interesting way to introduce it. Like, you're going through these underground passages, and I don't know. There's this whole thing of like, oh, I have to. It's so desperate. Some stranger's fucking helping protect the Emperor. Like that. There's a cool aspect to that. Not just, oh, I'm a prisoner and I got away because of dragon attack. Look, it's first person. It's like I remember when I played this. I forgot I was in my living room. I thought I was in Arendelle with Frodo, and I fought the wizards of Nazgul in Hogwarts, and that's why this game is good.
All happened because of the incident in Gallifrey. I don't know, we're mixing all the...
Look at the choices you get. Look at how easily you can save that guy.
Shit!
I know. They don't even let you do anything cool in this whole area. You just run away.
No.
All you do is run.
And then you choose, I'm going to go with the
Remember in
soldier
Oblivion where you actually
or the
instantly
rebel.
help out?
And basically, they're the exact same faction with different skins.
Oh, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
They have different skins. And you know how that guy's armor looks badass? You'd get that and it would suck.
Oh, also at the end of the game, it doesn't matter who you pick anyways, because you can change your mind.
It's
pretty
hard
sure.
to like go through this game's flaws in an orderly fashion because they're so numerous. It's like trying to fucking pick a rat shit out of
Well, okay.
pepper.
Wrap shit out of a rat's butt.
Let's just say the main story. Let's just talk about that first. The main story of the game.
Sucks.
Sure,
Okay,
it
it's
does.
okay. It's okay. It's not.
Well-
it's just generic. It's uninspired. It's just dragons. You got to stop them. That's it.
It kind of has the problem in a way that's similar to other Elder Scrolls games where the main story sometimes is the least interesting.
That's okay though.
But-
that can be a good thing.
Yeah, in the other games, like in Oblivion, what you did affected the world. You actually you helped it, and people recognized you for doing that. You changed the state of the world.
It doesn't matter.
I love how this game still freezes there.
Okay.
It still does. After all these
Look at
years.
that. Oh, I'm just gonna
Oh,
casually
you
walk
drop it
away.
and fucking stroll over here. It's because he knew that boulder was going to land there. He timed it right.
Fuck you. All right, let's do this shit. Let's go.
I mean,
Come
so
on.
the whole ending of the game is all this epic fight. Isn't it him, Alduin, that you fight? And in the end, the whole plight of Skyrim are these dragons, and you make it worse.
Yeah.
Because the whole crutch of this game had to be you fight dragons, which is definitely cool the first time you're doing it.
Oh
It's
yeah.
a cool
Before
thing.
you have Dragon Rend and shit that brings them down
Which,
immediately.
by the
it's
way,
kind of fun.
Dragon Rend stops working at
Yeah.
some point. It just doesn't
It
work.
just doesn't work.
It just doesn't.
Stupid.
Which
But-
probably is just a glitch. Oh look, it's the same
Yeah,
Fallout
actually,
kid.
I never stopped working for me.
For me, it was like, even though the dragon fights kind of seem cool at first.
This poor fucking kid's like, dude, I was just in Fallout. What the fuck is
He
going on?
does look exactly the same as the Fallout
That'll be
character.
better. Nope. Fucking
This is
dragon.
actually worse. I'd rather be in Fallout. There's no dragons.
He's like, oh shit, dude, I was fighting rad roaches before. Fuck this. Dude, nothing can kill me because it's the fucking
fighting
beginning
the
of the
dragons
game.
is.
Oh,
I know they don't even
God.
let you do it. Like, doesn't hurt you.
Well, it
Fighting
does.
dragons gets kind of lame because all you end up doing is just using Dragon Rend or something, or waiting for him to land so you can slash at him. Like, you can kind of hit them with bows sometimes, but it doesn't work. well
I'm a
enough.
contortionist and a mage. We're the top of our league. Look at that
Look
shit.
at this.
Oh, fuck!
What? Oh wait, you're not dead.
Wait!
It just did a cutscene of you falling. Look at this fucking guy falling down.
That was your bad Skyrim. This is so
I'm
immersive!
I'm out of here.
I love how immersive this game is.
He's not even looking where he's running.
Oh man.
Oh, we both have the exact same
Oh my
animation.
god, it's Chris Hemsworth and Chris Hemsworth without a beard.
He's
They're the exact same animation. Look at this. It's the same guy.
same
Oh,
fucking
he
guy.
doesn't even have a beard. He just has sort of different hair.
We want to be. It doesn't fucking matter.
It doesn't matter. Go with the bad guys. They're the bad guys. Go. So yeah, the whole crutch of the game is the dragons, so that at the end, when the game should get rid of the dragons,
wheel
as
the
if you
broom.
help the world. No, we can't get rid of that because then the whole point of the game goes away.
Hey, look, it's
So
every
we'll
dungeon.
just make it worse. I know, and they all look like this. All the dungeons look like
It's
this.
every fucking. At least Oblivion had the excuse. This game was made in 2006. This is
Yeah.
a quote unquote at the time modern fucking game.
And-
This is when we had Witcher 2 and like.
I know, we did.
Really? That's their excuse? Like, oh, it's so fucking.
And in Oblivion, even if you went through a big dungeon that might have looked the same as the others, they gave you stuff that was good. In this game, very quickly,
You open a chest,
it's
you get a
all shitty.
freaking apple.
Yeah,
like,
you
what
get
the
an
frick?
apple.
Oh fuck.
Why was that in there?
oh, I found a ship. There's a chest. Oh, must be some sunken treasure. No, it's some carrots.
The fuck is a carrot in here?
And then it's the same helmet that's on the cover of the game. Like, that's quickly not good anymore. It
Dude, why is
doesn't-
that not like the best fucking armor?
Yeah, I'm like the
should be.
coolest guy in here.
Look at this face.
He's seen some shit.
I'm like way too old for this.
We made pretty much a goblin something from Lord of the
Look at
Rings.
his biceps. Holy shit.
It is
Whoa!
ripped.
It's like, how do you work just that and not the rest of your arm?
I know.
That's all he did. He skips leg day for sure. All right, let's see here.
We'll have to watch the shitty.
Oh my god, guys! You know what's cool about this game? In Skyrim, you can look at Skyrim.
Oh my god!
Okay.
Dude, I want that actually on my wall above my bed.
This is Skyrim.
Hold chain? What if I want a push chain? You can't do push
Doesn't give me
chain.
enough choices. Oh no!
Fuck! Oh look at this great combat. This is all you do. Tap
I
one
know.
button and you'll fucking win every fight.
So terrible. Just spam.
This is so
tap.
comprehensive. Just look at that. Oh, cutscene. Oh, fuck.
Actually, of all melee
And then-
fighter games, I think that Rome one, Rise, did it really freaking well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did do a good job with that. It really did.
And I love how Todd Howard, Mr. I lie about everything in my games, was like, dude, you can play this game in third person. We made it good this time.
Let's
when you
observe.
try to fight people in third person, it's horrific.
Here's the thing. Here's the just one retort for that. Try playing the fucking werewolf.
Oh, that's right.
You get stuck in the doors for the quest for the werewolf.
Yeah.
Like
Well, isn't the problem there is that it forces you into third person?
it does,
Yeah.
but the thing, my favorite part is you have to be in that house as the werewolf to kill these people, and you can't fit through the fucking doors as the werewolf.
I just
you're
don't-
you're supposed to be.
Just turn sideways.
How do you fuck that up?
Third person.
Also, how is he taking that?
This is so good, dude. Fuck Witcher, dude.
Look at this. This is some...
The same. Okay, here's your animation for attacking. That's it. That's literally it.
2 swings.
That's all you have.
That's how much effort they put into this game.
That's it.
They had that in fucking 90s, dude. This is
If you looked at that fighting on like a Steam early access game, you'd be like, it
well,
looks
potion of stamina.
unpolished. It
I'll
looks
never
terrible.
use it.
Yeah.
But if Skyrim does it, it's fucking great.
That's what Bethesda does.
I don't know how they got away with it.
Oh, Hadvar, the guy.
What's funny is that Fallout 4 has a lot of the same issues of Skyrim.
Well, because a lot of these
But
problems
people caught
that
on
you're
to it.
noticing, you don't notice them when you first play. Really.
Yeah.
You start playing, you think,
Look at this
"Wait,
AI. This is
that's
gold.
kind of weird.
Wait, is he an enemy? It's not highlighting him like he is.
No.
Oh no, he's in your team.
Oh, I forgot.
He's got
You
the same
chose
animations
red.
you
Look
do.
at-
I don't know what he's doing.
Because he can't die, so he just fall. Oh, he can die. Well, never mind. I thought it was going to be one of those guys that can't die, so he just sits there.
He is torturer. Wow, he's fucking badass.
Wow.
A big.
Isn't this exactly how the plays out if you pick the Stormcloak people? What are
Yeah,
they
you just
called?
fight the
It's
different.
literally
just fight other people
exactly the
instead.
same. I remember because I was playing through it recently.
Also, this is the worst fucking locksmithing. Locksmithing.
Can't even fucking say it right.
Lock
You're a
picking.
good locksmith.
Shut up.
Just
Why
kidding.
would you use the tension tool?
Well, does
like
one
that?
in Oblivion I like?
That's the
is
most
better.
accurate one I've
Yeah.
ever seen. That one makes
Oh,
sense.
where you're actually moving the
You're
pins?
actually popping the
Yeah.
pins. You're actually
And
separating the shoe line.
I kind of get why they changed that from like a gameplay thing, but it does make more sense to do the pins.
It's the only game I've ever seen that does it really well. There might be a few others. but
Because
it's
literally
about
every other
it.
game does it like this.
It's the tension wrench spins around. You don't do that.
Because what game was it that's not even their game that copied it? There's some other game that did it.
I know
exactly.
Dying Light did it.
Yeah.
Dying Light.
And I don't. I kind of
It's a
understand.
nitpicky thing.
I kind of get why
This
they
isn't
do that.
fucking
but-
locksmithing simulator or whatever.
Yeah, it's not. It's not.
It just
Because it's
irritates
something I
me.
do with games too. Like you're playing a fucking game, and you're like, why
Well, if
would
it's
they
something you
build
know
this
about, I
like this?
get
It's
it.
like when
why
you're
would they
playing,
do
you're
that?
playing Call of Duty and they know how to shut off this hydraulic plant somehow. It's like they're just fucking soldiers. They don't know.
Alright.
It's just what's funny about this game is because the combat in Oblivion's not great, but
No,
the
no.
thing about that game
It's
is
absolutely not.
that the
just-
whole draw of that game is the world and the story and the choices you
Me
can
and
make.
Killian were playing it just for fun, and it's, just playing it, it's like this is so much fucking better. This is
just-
so
you
much
wanna know,
better.
It's because you know that over the hill, as it were, there's something.
there is. There's something.
not really anything in this game that's worth.
When we were
finding.
playing, we ran into that random shrine of people who were like, "You need to make a blood offering
Yeah.
and go kill these vampires and appease
Oh.
me." And it's like, what the
whole
fuck?
quest line.
And that's just a random short one. And there's the one with the town of invisible
Freaking
people.
interesting.
The Mages Guild quest is more
yeah.
important than
Makes
the
you
main
scared.
line.
That's what I was gonna bring up. Is that we were talking about the main story. The main story in Oblivion's not great, but the choices you make matter. That's what I care
well,
about.
yeah, because at the end
But
of the
then
game,
the side stuff, the Mage Guild, the Thieves Guild, all that, not only is really lengthy and worth doing, and you get good stuff, there's good story. Some of the best characters are in that. This game The mage part in this game is kind of long, but it's kind of lame.
And don't even get started on the Shivering Isles DLC in that game. That was
that game.
That is absurd.
That DLC.
It's almost better than the fucking game.
I think the Shivering Isles story is actually technically more important than the main story in Oblivion.
You find out that Sheogorath is a fucking Lord of Destruction.
Yeah, that kind of should have been the story in Oblivion.
Like, he could actually... Isn't he more powerful than the dude?
Well, yeah.
What was his name?
And then in that DLC, remember, you can choose the sides, and depending on what you do, just drastically changes the world.
Speaking of that, too, the Oblivion Gates. After you close one, it stays fucking closed.
Yeah.
After you fight the dragons
when
off
you
in
finish
this,
it, there's no Daedra.
Less demons, and there's no Daedra after you beat it.
Yeah, and in this, the dragons stay around. Like, shouldn't they be gone?
It's because the crutch of this game is so much about the dragons, because they put so much into that. They invested.
Oh, you can sneak around the bear
that.
if you want, or I can just hit right trigger over and over. Wow, that was difficult.
Oh my god, is that supposed to be badass? Have you seen the Witcher kill animations where you spin around and decapitate?
Any game that has a kill animation is better
they're
than WAP. Done. Halo has better kill
Try
animations.
Darksiders on the 360.
It's just funny. This game, in some ways, it plays like a game from the late 90s.
You know what?
It's like less than Oblivion.
This is like if they took Dear Esther and put combat in it. It's like
yeah,
that's basically what they tried to fucking do.
I don't mind Dear Esther so much. For
well, yeah,
but
it's what it is. It's trying to be what it is. It's a walking simulator, but
it's not saying this is the new Half-Life. This is it.
And I'll admit that looks good.
It does.
Yeah,
it's nice.
of course, it is the enhanced version, but even the original one at the time, there's areas, some of the
engine is a good engine.
And yeah, if it's cool to look to there's a dragon just flying in the distance.
I mean, it's usually good.
What's funny
when
is
bears aren't spinning around the sky.
The best moments I ever had in this game with exploring were stuff that didn't have anything to do with quests. It was just coming across something. Like there was this one time I came across these two hunters that were at a campsite up on a hill, and there's a giant valley. And all of a sudden a dragon flies by and I'm looking at it. And the guy that was at the camp stands up and walks and kind of looks at it with me for a while. And it was like, that told a better story than all the writing in the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Reactions. The way the environment reacts to itself.
This is the enhanced version, but it looks fucking good.
Yeah.
It does.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Can't knock it.
I just hope, when
it came out.
I know it's a dumb hope to have, but I want the next game to, first of all, try a little bit more of the story and make a new engine. Because this is
use Unreal
or that
Glitchfest 9000.
Use Frostbite.
They should use the one that Arcane is now using.
The problem is Bethesda's cheap, so they want to make their own engine. They don't want to pay a fee to use someone else's.
If they make it good, whatever, but they can't do it.
They never make it good.
Look at how they develop everything. They always do.
We were sitting here after this, like I remember when me and Ian first played the fucking game. I became a horse, and my character model flew away.
Which is, he became the horse, he was controlling the horse, and his character slowly rose into the heavens. And then I had a glitch where I literally just couldn't progress. I broke the game because a guy kept coming up to me and talking to me, and I couldn't even kill him. I couldn't get rid of him. It was...
Okay, that looks really fucking good, I'll be honest.
It looks good. The enhanced version, they definitely...
It looks great. It looks great.
And I think even the original game, especially at the time, I think people just get so enamored by looking out at the vista.
See, and... I have a little bit of that. Especially this kind of an area.
Do too,
I love foresty, like boreal forests like this. I love that. But
yeah, there's parts in
like
like
an alpine forest.
Breath of the Wild that's like that. But what happens with Breath of the Wild is that once you do a lot of the shrines, it has the problem that this game has, where all of a sudden you're like, wait, this world looks great, but it's barren.
That's it.
It doesn't have...
It's this veneer of fucking content.
That water looks pretty good.
As I was saying, just look at that view with the mountain. Just look at that. That looks pretty fucking good.
I just wish that there was good stuff.
But that's all there is.
I've played a lot of this game, and I played a lot of the DLC. The DLC actually gets a little better. But especially what's in the base game...
It's a good portrait, that's all. It's just a nice looking picture.
It's frustrating. It's the feeling that... that's what happened with Breath of the Wild. I had this familiar feeling, and it was of this game where... Like 40 hours in, I was like, oh no, it's not as good as I thought. Because what happens is when you're first playing it, you're like, oh well, I'm just gonna find all this stuff, and then you keep playing, and all you do is like little puzzle shrines.
You're like, oh no.
You realize it's all the fucking same.
That's what happened with Fallout 4 too. You're playing through it, and you're like.
But then the thing that Breath of the Wild has that this game doesn't have is it has a lot of gameplay stuff that I really enjoyed, and I would like to go back. I'm hoping they add stuff. Yeah, except that. But this game, it's like it just keeps removing the things that you want to still be good. And it's like, oh, well, at least you can go fight stuff, but it's not fun to fight stuff. oh well, at least you could use this. Well, it's not for the magic's dumb and lame and janky. It's like it just keeps all the layers of the game that you thought were really deep just keep getting peeled back, and you just see the
Right, you see how they copied and pasted every dungeon and every enemy and every voice actor and every character model. It's like, wow, they put no fucking effort into this. They made the base models for everything and copied and pasted all of it. That's all they fucking did.
just watch the guy. Which I will say, at least to the credit of the game in that moment, a lot of games the people around you don't help. They just
Fucking
don't.
worthless.
They're basically just meat
At least he
shields.
could kill his own
At least he
shit.
kill. I mean, he should be able to kill a wolf. Look at this guy.
Yeah.
That's,
least you can
they've
do
been
that.
raised and born in a world where they have to. Like, why? This is fucking stupid.
It's one of like I was just playing New Vegas the other day. I've barely ever played that one. I really need to play more of it. And it's like I know because of the little I played and when I've heard from you and other people, I know that world is filled with stuff that's worth finding. So when I look out in the world, it's like this is
You
great.
find that movie projector with an eyeball on it.
Yeah,
All
there's
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, even just the
Freaking
funny
scary.
little quest, right? Because you need to make money. One of the ways to get into the city is you got to make enough money to buy a ticket. So I just started finding jobs to do, and it's like, oh, you can just be a bodyguard for this store, and there's some funny dialogue, and there's some, yes, that adds color to the world. This game just doesn't have that, and it's like you want it to, because look at this, this looks great. This village, this person's working. Why can't I just go become one of these people? You can't. You have to do these very
You'll be a
specific
villain.
things
Yep, you're gonna get arrested.
for killing a chicken. Now, I understand maybe it's somebody's chicken, but they're going to immediately attack you? Wouldn't they come up and be like, all right, dude, pay me for the chicken or give me an equivalent thing?
Oh, it's Gerder. You can't kill her anyway. I mean, look at.
Why can't I kill her?
She's
Is
the
this game all about freedom?
she's the one you're supposed to talk to. You got to talk to Gerder.
Fucking
People, one of the
heroin.
things people always say about this game, you can just do whatever you want.
You can't.
Well,
No, you fucking can't.
No, you
In
can't.
Fallout 3, you could kill anybody. Didn't matter. There's
Well,
a very
there were a few
small
people.
set
Yeah.
of
there's
people.
there's a few people, but
But for the most part,
well, I remember I spent like 5 hours in the when you go to Tenpenny Tower. There's all these side quests. I did them all,
shit.
and then I just killed everybody in there and used it as
Yeah.
my hub. Like I
Yeah.
just used all the storage
Murder
areas. and-
everybody.
But half the people in this you can't do anything to. What are we waiting for?
And in that game, there was this whole intricate thing. There was like, oh, they're having problems with the ghouls. You can go down and learn about the ghouls. You can go and kill them, or you can go and help them
Yeah.
take over Tenpenny.
Which I did in one of the
All
playthroughs.
these intricate things you can do.
And speaking of, you can't do whatever you want in Skyrim. There's, you can go in and be a villain. You can be a robber. Like for what? There's nothing worth fucking stealing on
Yeah.
any of these people. Pickpocket this guy. What's he fucking have? A gold?
I think it was
All
like-
of them. Fucking all of them have that.
That's a thing that like the Witcher.
Do you want any of this?
Yeah. You
No.
don't need it. And what's funny is that everyone I see play this game gets like literally millions in gold because you never buy anything. You
There's
don't
nothing
need,
to buy.
You don't repair anything. You don't buy anything. The best stuff you find, or
Well-
from doing a quest.
Hey, can we just
I wonder if
forget
you.
about that?
What happens if you just kind of?
Just walk away. Fuck, you don't even need to be with him anymore.
Ah,
I
Just
guess
run
not.
away.
I think once you get to the village area, he just stops.
Yeah, just run away.
fucking kill him.
You can't, I don't think. I really don't think you can. It's just not worth
I don't want to
it.
be on anybody's side. Bye.
Well, you can't.
why
You
can't you do? Why not in the beginning? Can you just not go with either one?
You can't. You're forced to decide.
Holy shit!
All right.
Like the fuck. You can do whatever you want. No, I have to be a rebel or part of the Imperial. In Fallout, all of them, you can just be your own fucking dude.
Yeah, even in the fourth
You
one,
can be a
do that.
rogue motherfucker and just kill everybody.
You think the dragon's gonna see you? He's not. You're
Why
fucking
can't you
fine.
do that in this?
Cause game.
I just.
There's a whole.
Well, and then
And they
we
try
also.
to like falsely put all these like different gameplay elements, like it's like a stealth game because that part where you sneak into the party.
There's
no,
one
it's
part.
a cutscene.
There's one part
You're
where
thrown
stealth
into a
is kind of
party.
nice. There's no reason to stealth in this game.
There's not. Just do this. This is all. Get a two-handed weapon. That's the only thing
And
you need to
that's-
train.
That's one of those things where I get what they were trying to do with, because a lot of times what people do in Oblivion is they would put a bunch of points in, and they get their character to a point where it's like, oh crap, I don't really like where he is. I'd like to do these other things, but it's too late. So they were trying to make it more balanced, but what they ended up doing was making it so that anything just works as well as anything else.
Yeah. It just doesn't matter.
There's not like a situation where, oh, this enemy I should use some fire, I should use these kind of weapons.
They're
all...
But what it boils down to, there's no point to use magic or archery. Like, oh, if I use a fire magic on this fire thing, it won't work. Well, just use a fucking sword, it'll kill it. Like,
yeah, just pick the Norn.
Just pick a fucking sword.
There's no reason to do any of those summons, any of the magic.
No,
where
there's
you
not.
Summon a weapon.
Oh, I can get a thrall.
There's no...
So what?
And then I love, there's, each of those spells has tiers, but what you find out is that he's supposed to be more powerful or he lasts longer. So the ice thing, he looks exactly the same, he just lasts longer. Well, you didn't at least put an effort to make the ice thing with each spell level get bigger, get more monstrous, have more ice abilities. No, it's just the same thing. Shoot. And that's the whole game over and over again. It's just like copy and paste this. All right, it's better here.
The only shout that was worth it was the fire one. It's the only one I used.
Yeah.
You learn all these amazing... There's like fucking 90, and you use one. Like,
this game came out in 2011. We'd had Bioshock, 3 or 4 years before.
Yeah.
That had elemental
and it
stuff.
Worked
Like,
way
if they're in the water, you can electrocute the water, it kills them. Oh, you can freeze them and then break them.
And you know the argument people would make is, well, it only works when they're like standing... It's obvious. It's like a part of the environment. You know what I mean? Like, oh, they're staying in oil. It's the only time it works. Well, when else would it fucking work?
But can't you also freeze them in that game and break them?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
It's just, but that's the argument people would make. It's like, well, in this game, there's not just oil everywhere for you to. It's like, oh, well, fuck
They always
off.
have to have some dumb...
If you're some powerful fucking mage, I should be able to just kill everybody. Like, why can't I do that? No, you start out with this dinky little ass fireball spell. Ooh. Even in Oblivion, that was an issue. Like, there was no point to use magic.
That's one of those things where Oblivion has a lot of issues that this game has, but what makes up for it is all the stories.
All the shit that's in the world.
And it's that exploring rewards you.
And you can be like, oh, dude, what are you talking about? Look at this world. This guy's sharpening a sword. Yeah, it's his fucking just animation. He's going to get up and stop doing it. Like, there's 3 people in this fucking village.
And I was never excited to find those dragon shouts unless it was for the flame thing. Unless it was the next level of that. There's no reason to...
Who built this? The 5 people who live here?
And yeah, there's that. They were talking about these sprawling cities. In fucking Witcher...
Oh God!
Giant cities.
Hundreds of NPCs in each, easily. Like,
and then you go there and there's tons of side quests, and most of them will send you on some hour-long or more journey. That not only gives you, oftentimes, a weapon or something that's good, but then it might also give you, it's going to give you good story. It's at least going to give you some funny dialogue or some, like, good emotional dialogue. Like,
I'll be honest,
is worthwhile.
The level of...
Also, what's the sprint?
Right bumper?
Left bumper.
Right or left? One of the bumpers. But the total lack of NPCs is seriously on par with old Arcania, which is a hilariously bad, third-party developer weird RPG. It's that fucking level. This is a huge budget game, and they put 10 people in every town and 3 fucking voice actors. Is that a fucking joke?
Shoot, there was a game that came out on freaking... Not the Commodore. One of the Apple PCs. That was like this. NPCs in towns. And it was like 80s. This is the only thing difference.
I mean, people act like this is the game that started it. This has been done for fucking years.
Well, there's been stuff like Ultima.
That's what I mean. Like, I named a few that, were semi-recent, like Arcania and Risen.
Funny is in that game it actually mattered, too.
Look at that. What is he doing right there? Is he punching with the hilt of the sword? Just stab him.
It's not even a good
that animation?
It's not even a good animation.
No, it's just swing.
Look at Shadow of Mordor. Holy shit.
Oh, well.
Oh my
that is
God.
That's a level of effort that would make Bethesda blush.
Oh God. Especially when you turn off all the hints, it looks amazing. It's just like fucking, it looks like you're watching a movie. You play this, and it looks like you're watching a shitty
should we
video
help
game.
the guy?
No, who gives a shit?
It doesn't matter.
You will get nothing.
Guess what this quest would be in Witcher? We'd save him. He'd tell you about or Oblivion. He'd tell you about a thing that you could either go and do or not, and then you go and do that, and you'd find out this huge story about his family and something.
Or he'd be like, my family's been they've been framed for some murder. You'd go to where he said, and their thing would be burnt down. You'd use your Witcher senses to find clues of where they went. They were kidnapped by something. It's like, it's fucking...
And, Strife. That's the game I'm thinking of.
That does sound familiar.
It came out... did that come out?
And people will be like, dude, the story is just whatever. I'm more about gameplay. It's like, here's the thing. When story is done that well, it adds depth and, I always say, color to the world. It adds something to it. It makes it feel, I know it's just a game. I'm not going to be one of those people that say, oh, it's...
Although, hold up. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. You can keep talking, but just stop, like, walking real quick. Like, just... The one thing I do want, though, that I wish other games could imitate from this is, like, can we get a Lord of the Rings game with this shit?
I know.
Right?
Well, yeah, that would be cool, but I'm looking forward to that what's
Shadow
it called?
Mordor,
Kingdom Come.
Oh, God.
Only because it's cool that it's real like it's not
Kingdom
fantasy's
Come looks
cool, but the idea that it's realistic.
Oh, that looks
environment.
cool.
Okay. Strife came out in 1996 on MS-DOS
And it still did that shit.
on Linux. It had overworlds and towns with about the same amount of NPCs sometimes.
That's what I mean.
Not a lot.
There's
but
like...
it was on par.
Well, you remember when you go to the main Imperial City? I can't remember what it's called, but you go there, there's like 10 fucking people. In the main capital city of fucking Skyrim.
In Witcher, it's this giant city.
Oh, it's huge.
It's a giant city.
There's different districts, and you go to different districts, and there's different people. You go to the docks, there's sailors and muggers.
And
you go to the
Horizon
rich
did that
place,
too.
and it's like they don't have an excuse. They're just lazy. They saw everybody fucking cream over this shit, and they were like, "Oh, we don't have to fucking try anymore." And they fucking don't. I guess I don't totally blame them. It's working.
Yeah, it's just if all you find are people that just give you little fetch quests that give you 50 coin and they don't really say much or you don't learn anything, it makes the world feel shallow. But if you play games that, like most people you do anything for, lead to learning about the world, you look around and your head is just filled with, oh, I know that the people who are usually there have done this. They're part of this tribe, whatever. That's what Horizon is doing really well. Let's go look at this fire. Let's see if there's something worthwhile there.
It's either going to be enemies or dead bodies.
It's going to be giants, and they're going to fuck you up.
And they did do a good job of this enhanced edition with like fog effects.
I love that the fucking giants are harder than the dragons to fight.
I know.
They kill the dragons. If
They're
you watch.
giants.
Oh yeah, if you watch them fight,
it is a giant.
I'll
It's
be
like a
honest,
giant.
I've never run into mammoths in this game.
Oh yeah.
I've never run into that.
Oh,
I don't think I. No.
I did once.
Maybe I have.
They're usually by
Oh, they're
the
with the
giants.
giants. Yeah, it's fucking giants.
Well, there's
Do
two
they still
of
knock
them.
you into
Dude,
space?
yeah, see if they knock you into fucking space.
Save first.
Oh yeah, just save real quick.
Or you have to do the whole fucking thing again. Did you save?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he quick
quick
saved.
Oh, okay.
I'm generally curious. That was fun.
And yeah, the first time you play this is like,
Just hit
this
'em.
looks fucking cool.
Fucking slash
And it
him.
does. But oh my, how does he take so much damage? Oh, do they not do that anymore?
I don't know. I don't know if
Just
they
let him
fixed
hit
it.
you. No.
No, that's not.
They probably patched it out. Like, oh, let's not have fun in our game.
But we'll leave all the stupid bullshit.
It's not fixing any of the combat glitches.
Or any like the horse can witness you stealing.
Oh yeah, there was
You gotta
that.
kill the horse witness.
The horse saw you, so you still have a bounty.
It's
Why
a
did
horse!
they even make the horse be able to notice that kind of thing in the
They
game?
they recycled something. That's what Bethesda does. They recycle pieces of code or polygon.
Yeah, they probably
models,
just took
and they just didn't take that out.
swapped it over from Oblivion to this or some shit, and we're like, fucking keep it.
They just didn't. They either ran out of time or just didn't
That's
bother.
the other thing. This is basically Morrowind with a draw distance. Like,
And I was just,
Yeah.
what's annoying is that this world looks epic, and it looks like you should be doing epic things. But as you're doing them, they always feel
Things
lame.
just happen around
Like,
you.
and I'm gonna have to throw it up. The cut scene where you're looking through the Elder Scroll
oh
through time,
god,
and
it's embarrassing.
watching
Sad.
this awkward fight. And
Even
it's
when
like,
I liked the game, I was like, wow.
I thought BioWare had awkward cutscenes, and you see that shit.
That was bad.
see, and then
Weird
there-
pauses, and
I don't think it's like, well, Dragon Age Origins alone came out 2 or 3 years before this game came out. And that game has all kinds of depth to its world.
That's what's
and-
it's
Guild
kind
Wars
of
has better cutscenes than this.
I know.
you know.
that-
There's nothing like I remember playing through Fallout or even Oblivion. The shitty animation like or in cutscenes where you're frozen, you have to watch two people fight. Like it's not as embarrassing in those because one, the engine looks worse. Like they have an excuse of when
I
they
know,
were
you kinda
made.
give it a pass.
But with this, like, look at the fucking world. Look at this. Shouldn't the cutscenes be fucking better? Like, look at this.
This should be.
They still have the animations from fucking 2003.
When did this game
I
come
know.
out? 2010.
2011.
2011.
And I know why the reason why they didn't want to do cutscenes, and then the reason why they don't usually do them is because they're like, oh, we don't want to pull the penalty out of the game.
And that's fine, but why are they still the same fucking animations from Oblivion and Morrowind? Like, why have you not... You updated the engine, but not the animations?
It's just... I know it's probably not fair, but I have to always bring up The Witcher because their cutscenes are. It just feels. It always feels cinematic. The voice acting's really good. They do enough with the faces. They're not super like L.A. Noir or something.
No,
they do enough to where
that was almost like the opposite of this.
This game came out the same year Gears of War 3 came out.
Oh God!
Which is just a third-person action game, but I care more about the world.
Deus Ex Human Revolution came out in 2011.
Oh God!
That game would have side stuff where you go into some guy's apartment because they wanted you to go find a thing, and you'd read his computer and find all this story, and you'd be like, "Oh God, I actually care about what I'm doing."
There was an actual point to stealth and dialogue. Like, it was stupid.
I think that's the big... What's funny is that what people hate on Mass Effect 3 for, and I'm not saying they're not right for it, but it's kind of hypocritical. People hate like Mass Effect 3 because it made your choices not matter. But in this game, none of them matter.
None of them
They matter.
And they knock Andromeda for shitty animations.
I know, look at this.
This is the king.
Alright, what's your final thoughts?
Fuck this game.
There's probably so much more. You could probably rant for hours.
Oh, you could. Just end on a sigh.
Just...